Backlash is building among Republicans on Capitol Hill as more lawmakers raise serious concerns about the president's self-described big, beautiful budget bill. The growing pushback coming even from some House members who back the bill and will have to vote again if the Senate makes changes. Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene explained that she didn't see a provision limiting artificial intelligence until after her vote.
We don't get the full bill text until very close to the time to vote for it. And so that was one section, that was 2 pages that I didn't see. I never want to see a situation where state rights are stripped away.
So Elon Musk, who until last week was part of the administration, is now slamming the bill as, quote, a disgusting abomination, the centerpiece of Trump's legislative agenda. The bill would extend nearly $5 trillion in expiring tax cuts, increasing spending on immigration and border enforcement, while also cutting billions from Medicaid, food assistance, and other domestic programs. It passed the House by a single vote. So today, Republican senators are meeting amongst themselves before a smaller group heads to update the president as to where things stand. News Nation's Joe Khalil is live on Capitol Hill. So, Joe, where do things stand right now?
Well, it's pretty clear, as we mentioned, that senators do want to change this bill and that those changes that some are advocating for are not necessarily small. There are still several Republicans that say that the spending cuts in this package don't go far enough. Many of them argue that it is going to increase the deficit. And that argument actually did get a boost today from the Congressional Budget Office, which is supposed to put out independent, nonpartisan sort of scores, analyses on what the bill will do. What they say is this bill will increase by $2.4 trillion the national deficit over a period of 10 years. By the way, that is the same argument that Elon Musk made yesterday in a not so subtle way, calling the bill a disgusting abomination. So there are senators, there are even fiscal hawks over in the House as well who actually voted for the bill that say they agree with that position. They agree with Elon Musk. And some of those senators, including Ron Johnson, for example, have so far not said he's convinced otherwise. He is maintaining his opposition to the bill, at least as it stands right now, without any further changes. This is what he told News Nation.
Nobody can predict the future. I understand that. But it's pretty convincing to me that we are on a unsustainable trajectory. Again, the trajectory of deficits is up. And no matter what the big, beautiful bill does, it does not address that long-term prospect. It does not bend the deficit curve down.
Now, Republican leaders who are going to have to wrangle support for this bill, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and Majority Leader John Thune in the Senate, both have said they're not really concerned, frankly, about what Elon Musk has said. They also dispute the Congressional Budget Office's conclusion. They say that the CBO is actually not accounting for the economic growth that will come from this bill that they believe could offset the loss in government revenue from the tax cuts. So that is their analysis. But take a listen to what Speaker Johnson said just this morning. He got a lot of questions about whether Elon Musk's post and his message could sway Republicans against the bill. That's what the Speaker said.
Yesterday, 24 hours later, he does a 180 and he comes out and opposes the bill. And it surprised me, frankly. And I don't take it personal. We don't take it personal. Policy differences are not personal. I think he's flat wrong. I think he's way off on this.
Now, we've got some reporting sources who were familiar with the relationship between President Trump and Elon Musk. They say, and this is what they are alleging here, that Musk is really upset about the bill simply because he might lose out personally on electric vehicle tax assistance that the government currently has in place. This bill calls for those to be clawed back. There are others that have said that he wanted to remain on as a government employee longer than what he was leading on, and that he may have just been bitter about that. So this is starting to get ugly sort of behind the scenes as people are throwing accusations about motive back and forth.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.